What's going on, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets here with Riaz. We are presenting you our Week 3 NFL picks. We're going over some over-unders and some spreads. We've seen some tremendous support on the last couple of videos. Our Prize Picks video, as we speak, is doing awesome, so we're going to continue to pump those out for you because we're having good luck on it, and apparently you guys are liking it. So if we continue to have good luck, you guys are following the videos, you guys can be winning some money, we're winning some money, everyone's happy here. So let's keep up the support and make sure you comment on the video and let us know how we're doing. You subscribe and give it a like because a lot of our viewers have not subscribed yet. So if you guys would be so kind and just subscribe to us, that'd be awesome. So Riaz, here we are, week 3 picks, man. Are you hyped up or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm excited for week three. I had an awesome week one, a pretty average week two, so I'm ready to get back on track here on week three.
All right, first game we got the Saints at the Patriots, 1 o'clock. The Saints are underdogs here. Saints are getting 3 points. The over/under sitting at 42.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great game. Jameis Winston had a great week one, awful week two. Carolina defense is better than everyone expected. Carolina's a better team than everyone expected, but I don't really trust Jameis Winston. Years past when he was the starter for the Buccaneers, he threw a lot of interceptions. He just makes a lot of mistakes. It's tough. It's tough to go against New England in New England. I'm gonna lay the three here. I think Mac Jones is. He's not Tom Brady-esque, but he's gonna be a solid quarterback for a lot of years for them, and I think he's settling into the offense pretty well.
Yeah, here I like the Patriots as well. Here -3. I just think they're going to be a solid team throughout the entire year. I think they're just going to grind out wins. They take it week by week. They're not a team that's going to excite you on offense really either. But they got a good running game. Damian Harris, James White still there. Um, Obviously they don't have the greatest receivers, but it looks like Mac Jones isn't even really throwing the ball a crazy amount. I think he threw 35 times and he completed. He has a really high completion percentage of like 28 of 35, but he only threw for like less than 200 yards. So they're not really looking for him to, to go out there and put up a crazy amount of points. He looks pretty humble, and he looks like a winner out there. So I like the line here. I'm comfortable with taking them -3. If I had to, I'd take a money line, but the over under as well. Something I'd probably want to stay away from. We see the Saints pour on points, and then we see them didn't pour on any points. So it's a little inconsistency from this offense. They still need to get Alvin Kamara involved a little bit more, and I couldn't really tell you where I stand on this over under. But if I had to pick, I'm probably gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with the under. New England, even though it's a small sample size, they played two divisional teams in Miami and the Jets. Granted, the Jets aren't that great as always, but New England always finds a way to be pretty strong on the defensive side. Yeah, because of COVID last year, they had a lot of people sit out, so that's why their defense was pretty shaky. But I'm pretty sure a lot of them returned this year. They got vaccinated, so the defense looks strong. Like I said earlier, Jameis Winston likes to throw interceptions and stuff like that. I can see him throwing a couple and keeping this game pretty low scoring.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on to the next game here. We got the Falcons at the Giants. Giants, the winless Giants and the winless Falcons here. Someone's going to get their first win this week. We got the Falcons as the underdogs. They're +3. Similar line as the last game. And the over-under sitting at 47.5. What do you think, Riaz?
My initial thought, this line is definitely going to move. I would kind of bet this Sunday morning, right around tip, because both these teams are pretty bad. The Giants should have won against uh, Washington Thursday night. They kind of blew that game. Pretty much the same team. Kind of thinking the Giants here. I'd love to see Barkley really flourish in this offense. But when you got Daniel Jones, the leading rusher on this team right now, it's really tough to pick the Giants. But Matt Ryan already has three interceptions. He only really throws to Ridley and Kyle Pitts. Mike Davis is a good running back, but Cordell Patterson is pretty pretty viable in this offense. So It's a tough game. I'm gonna stick with the Giants here. They're due to get a win.
Yeah, I agree. Giants are at home. But however, I mean, I'm always like, for some reason, I always find myself supporting Atlanta because I always feel like they're always going to be solid. I think I'm just a big Matt Ryan guy. I think I'll take the Falcons with the points here. I think it's going to be pretty close, but I just think the Falcons have just a tad bit more talent around on offense. I mean, obviously there's Saquon Barkley, but he hasn't even proved that he's come back into form since his injury, and let alone they just really haven't gotten him involved. I mean, I easily can see this game going either way. But the Falcons shown that they can kind of start to move the ball towards the end of that Buccaneers game, and maybe they get a little bit of confidence, and now they're kind of going against someone in the Giants where they feel a little bit more confident that they can move the ball and they feel like they can get something going on offense. They obviously have playmakers. Whether you want to consider Mike Davis a solid back or not, he proved in Carolina that he's got a little bit in his game. So they got him. Calvin Ridley is a five-star receiver, and Pitts is still, we still yet to see a breakout game from him. Obviously, it's early in the season, but Matt Ryan at one point was an MVP candidate, and he's just, I think he's still got some left in his game. We'll see how this game goes out. The over/under here, this is just a tough line. I'd probably go over. I don't really trust either defense here. I think the Giants' defense is definitely better than the Falcons, but I could definitely see the over hitting here, and I like the Falcons +3.
Yeah, I like the over as well. There's gonna be a lot of points scored in this game. That's why the over under is at 47.5. No defense is really that's it really hasn't stood out this far. We had the Giants give up 30 points to a backup quarterback. Yeah, Hawkinson has played last year for a little bit, but he's not fully in the Washington offense. And the fact that he went out on a Thursday night game and put up 30 points, it just goes to show the Giants defense just isn't there.
Yep. Exactly. This is one where it's a little bit of a coin flip, but we'll definitely kind of see how the rest of the season shakes out after this game for these two teams. I mean, once you start off 0-3, it's kind of not necessarily throwing in the towel. I mean, obviously it's a long season, and now we got an extra game, but it's more or less just like you have to start grinding out games. So let's move on to the next one. We got the Bengals going at the Steelers, 1 o'clock game Eastern time, over under at 43.5, and the Steelers are favorites here by 3. Poor performance against the Raiders. I guess Big Ben said that he's going to play. I know he's a little shaky and banged up. I think it's a pec injury. Other than that, Bengals didn't look too solid against the Bears, but they had a little comeback towards the end. They had a shot to really pull that game off, but came up short. What do you think here, Rios?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good game. And Cincy and Pitt is always a great game. A nice division game early in the season. Steelers had a letdown game against the Raiders. It was a big win week 1 against Buffalo. I kind of saw that letdown game because the Raiders are pretty good this year considering they're 2-0. But this is gonna be a close game. I'd much rather lay the points here at +3 with the Bengals, even though they're 1-1. Both games have been by 3-point margins. So just laying down the points, maybe get a push here. I'm kind of thinking about taking them outright. I don't really think the Steelers have played that great this year. Buffalo played awful week 1. I don't really like the offense for the Steelers right now. They don't really seem like they're going to get Najee Harris that involved, even though he's played pretty much 100% of the snaps. If they get the rushing game going here, that would be huge. Joe Mixon for the Bengals has looked unbelievable. They're running their offense through T. Higgins, which is surprising considering they drafted DeMar Chase so early. But once Burrow and Chase and Tree Higgins start to really get it going here, this is going to be a good team to watch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's hard for me to take anyone else but my Steelers here, especially in a division game. I'm still gonna roll with them. I like Pittsburgh. It's not really much of you know, a shot where you can't say that it's not going to be close. I think Pittsburgh is as a solid defensive team. We'll see the status of T.J. Watt. The defense is obviously solid, and it's obviously the offense is just very shaky right now. Um, they got to switch something around here. They've shown that they can beat good teams, but they've always been that team where they play down to their competition. I'm not saying that the Bengals are a bad squad this year either, um, but it's just a matter of the Steelers can go out there and play the Texans and get mopped, but they can pull out a comeback win against the Ravens. It's just a matter of how they come out that day. It's sometimes tough being a Pittsburgh fan, but I'll take him here. If anything, I'd like the over here. I think Steelers have to get something going on offense, and this is a team where they definitely could push the ball against the Bengals. And the Bengals obviously got mad firepower on their offensive side too, with a three-headed monster and receiver and a solid running back in Joe Mixon. This is definitely an over that I'm looking at. You obviously can make the narrative that it's a division game. Defense is going to be, a little bit chippy. I can understand that argument, but I just think that there is a lot of firepower on. I can't even say the word firepower on offense, and I think both teams have to put it together on offense here. So we'll see what happens. I like over 43.5.
Yeah, when I first looked at it, I was looking at the over. But like you said, divisional game. Yes, it's only week 3, but it's a big game. If either one of these teams win, that's a good start for the rest of the season. They got that win just in case it's a tiebreaker. I'm gonna go with the under here. Both teams don't put up that many points. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. There's gonna be a lot of punting, a lot of field goals. It's just gonna be a really defensive game. So I'm going with the under here.
Yep. Okay, next game here. This is probably the game of the week. I'm sure you're going to see Romo commentating this game. You got Buccaneers going at the Rams here. It's a very close line. I can definitely see this line going more towards just a pick 'em. Buccaneers are favored by 1.5. Over under 55.5. Riaz, what do you think about that 55.5 line?
I think it's right on the money. Two defenses that are really good, but they've been giving up a lot of points, especially the Buccaneers. They've given up 27 points per game so far this year. Matt Stafford looks phenomenal. It looks like he's gotten a whole new life. He's got weapons. He's got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Darrell Henderson is shaken up. He's got a rib injury, so I think it's a game time decision. Either way, they have who is it? Sony Michel, so another great back. Um, I'm gonna lay the points here with the Rams minus 1.5. I just like the Rams this year. They look awesome. Their defense looks great. Everyone always likes to say Tom Brady's old and he's gonna have a letdown game. I think this is his early letdown game this year. Tom Brady already has 9 touchdowns. I think Aaron Donald and the rest of this defense is really going to pressure him, make him feel uncomfortable, and that's the way you beat Tom Brady. You make him uncomfortable in the pocket. He does not like to move around. He's gonna throw the ball away. Jalen Ramsey's gonna have a couple interceptions here, and it's just gonna be a great game to watch.
Yeah, this is could be a coming out party for LA. Everyone knows that they have a lot of talent, and obviously if they beat the reigning Super Bowl champions, this is going to be something where they're going to be flying to, if not the top of the league in power rankings here. Obviously we know the talent on offense, the talent on defense, and it's in LA. The Rams here, I am supporting the Rams. I am picking them to go pretty far into the playoffs, but I just can't fade Tampa Bay early in the season right now. I think they're just playing great. Um, I like Brady here. I don't think he's going to have a crazy, 3 TDs, no picks. I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I think that Tampa Bay hasn't even shown the side of the field where they have 3 solid running backs. Not saying that they can run the ball against LA, but I think it's just a matter of like they can beat you over the top, they can kill you in the slot, they can run the ball on you. They just have a lot of ways that they can beat you, and Brady's just a game manager. He finds a way to win these kind of games. I like Tampa Bay here. I just think that it's really a pick 'em, whether what the line says or not. So uh,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
make an
without a
argument for
doubt.
either one.
Yeah, this news it's not that big of a deal. It could be Antonio Brown is on the COVID list. He is vaccinated, so if he gets a negative test, he'll be good to go Sunday. I think he's taking one either Friday or Saturday. So not that it matters. They still have Mike Evans, Gronk. and Chris Godwin. So
Even
just throwing that out there.
Yeah, even if AB sits, you're going to see people like Scotty Miller or Tyler Johnson step into that role, and those may be two players that could start for a lot of teams in the NFL currently right now that are just kind of sitting there getting a quarter of the snaps in this high-powered offense. So we'll see. I mean, I guess we'll see if Tom Brady's actually old or not this game. I mean, he's looking like the early MVP favorite here, 2 games into the season. So we'll see if that train continues. Over under 55 and a half. It's a tough line for me. I'm probably going to go the under here. I think that's just a lot of points. And I can kind of see like a 24-21 win, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I like the Rams, so I'm not gonna fully agree with you there, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the under here. I think both defenses know if they're gonna win the game, it's gonna be all depending on who makes the more crucial stops, and I think the Rams have a much better defense than the Buccaneers, so I'm gonna ride with the under here.
Awesome. So the next game we got is the Seahawks going at the Vikings. Vikings have a disappointing start to the season, starting off 0-2. They're the underdogs here at 1.5. Seattle has been looking solid this season. Russ always gets off to those hot starts. So what are you thinking here? Over under at 55, similar to the Rams game. So is this some over under that you are going to be fading, or you like this line?
I'm gonna fade this over under. I think it is gonna be a high scoring game. Uh, Vikings defense is they're not great, but they're not bad. The Seattle defense is always good. Bobby Wagner looks awesome this year. He had a couple sacks last week, couple big plays. Even in the loss, I think the Vikings start off 0-3 this year. To be honest with you, they had a tough schedule so far. They played Cincy. Probably should have won that game. Probably should have won this Arizona game, to be honest with you, too. And I think this is going to be another close game where they just don't have enough firepower. Dalvin Cook is banged up, but Dalvin Cook loves playing banged up. I feel like every game he's limping around and holding something. Even if he doesn't play, they still have Madison back there, so no worries in that regard. But I like the Seahawks here. Russell's playing awesome this year. Tyler Lockett's going berserk. DK Metcalf, you don't even know where he is, but you know when he's out there, he just causes a problem. Chris Carson looks great. The Seahawks just always have a great team, and it's tough to pick against them.
Yeah, I like Seattle here as well. I'll take them minus 1.5 on the road. Um, I just think that I can just realistically see a start for the Vikings just going 0-3. I think that they're going to go through some serious changes in the offseason, maybe head coach, possibly quarterback changes. I think everyone's just kind of waiting for that. I think they got a lot of talent on. They got similar talent in terms of Seattle and um, eh, um, Seattle and Minnesota have similar talent. I mean, at the wideout, they're similar talented. The running back position, I'm taking Dalvin Cook over Chris Carson all day. Defenses are kind of similar. It's definitely gonna be a dogfight kind of game. I definitely can see a bunch of points being poured on. Not a line I'm favored in. If I had to pick, maybe you go the over here. I can't see both teams scoring over 30, but I can see kind of like a 28-28. You kind of just get over 55 there. Um, and I don't know. I think this is just, it comes down to the quarterbacks here. What quarterback do you trust more, especially late in the game when the game is super close? And I think I'm just trusting Russell Wilson more than Kirk Cousins. So it's one that you
Yeah,
can go
without a
back and
doubt.
forth all day. We can go back and forth all day about this game. It's just a matter of, like I said, the quarterback situation here and who do you trust, and coaching as well. Pete Carroll, I trust Pete Carroll more, even with his mistakes in past years. But either way, I'm taking Seahawks. Riaz is riding with the Seahawks as well. I believe this is our final game of the video too. So thank you guys for watching. Riaz, if you any other games that you're looking out for, or are you kind of just sticking to these five?
Yeah, there's a couple other games I'm gonna look at. I'm sure you are too. That's why I would definitely follow the Twitter. We're gonna throw our full cards up on the Twitter Sunday morning, so be on the lookout for that. Also, be on the lookout for college football. I know a lot of you guys watching are really into NFL, but college football is also a great sport to bet, so be on the lookout for that Saturday morning as well on the Twitter.
Yeah, definitely a lot of money to be made on college football this weekend. NFL too. There's a lot of close lines. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like I said, we have a lot of viewers who have been watching the videos that have not subscribed yet. If you guys please can kindly subscribe, that would be awesome. Let's grow this channel together. We're giving you guys free picks. There's a lot of people out there who don't even give you free picks in general. We're giving you free picks weekly on the Twitter and on YouTube here. So you can't beat that. I mean, entertainments and money is for all for free is something you can't beat. So if you guys can like the video, subscribe, that'd be awesome. And definitely go check out the Twitter. The link will be in the description of this video and in all our other videos too. So I appreciate it, guys, and have a good one.